What's going on, y'all? It's your boy No Credit. I'm back again with another one. I need you guys to do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon for more videos like this. That being said, let's get into it. Big B, salute. Says God Almighty wouldn't help Spence beat Crawford. Spence just doesn't have the skill set. Salute, Big B. Yeah, he doesn't have the skill set to compete with Bud. You know what I'm saying? So he got cooked. But he pulled the Deontay Wilder, y'all. Errol Spence Jr. is pulling the Deontay Wilder. I mean, I didn't expect this to happen. I mean, we seen it. We seen excuses, but the last thing we would have thought was Errol Spence was gonna leave his trainer like Deontay Wilder left his trainer. So I'm a little shocked. He's like exactly pulling. He's pulling exactly the Deontay Wilder move after his fights with Tyson Fury. Deontay Wilder blamed his trainer for the water and all kinds of stuff, right? Which made no sense. Why would Deontay Wilder accuse his own trainer of spiking his water? It made no sense. You understand what I'm saying? But it is what it is. So word on the street is Errol Spence Jr. and Derrick James are having issues. There's a lot of issues. Errol Spence doesn't like Ryan Garcia, Anthony Joshua. Earl Spence felt jealous when Derrick James had Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua was a bigger star than Earl Spence. He didn't like that. He was mad that Derrick James brought in Anthony Joshua. He was jealous. Then, on top of that, Derrick James brings in Ryan Garcia. Earl really hated that when Ryan Garcia came in. But according to sources, Ryan Garcia, he pays Derrick James up front. He pays Derrick James his money up front. Like Derrick James don't even gotta worry about his money when it comes to Ryan Garcia. When it comes to Ryan Garcia, Derrick James gets his money up front. But once Ryan and hold on for a second, guys. Once Ryan and Anthony Joshua came in, Andrew Charles, salute. Can you guys hear me? Andrew Charles, salute. Once Ryan and Anthony Joshua came in, let me know if you can hear me. We're going to get into depth on everything that's going on. But once Ryan Garcia and Anthony Joshua came in, that's when Errol Spence knew he had to get out of there. After everything Derrick James did for Errol Spence, I appreciate it, Andrew Charles. Derrick James been with Errol Spence Jr. since 2012, bro. And Errol Spence stabs Derrick James in the back. He turns his back on Derrick James like Deontay Wilder turned his back on what's the trainer name? I forgot Deontay Wilder's trainer. What's Deontay Wilder trainer name again, guys? I just had his name. Bomb, boom, bap, streets. Salute, Brody. I'm chilling, man. So Errol Spence Jr. is mad that Derrick James brought in Anthony Joshua, Ryan Garcia. He's refusing. No, his trainer, not his, Mark Breland. There you go. JCP. Appreciate it. Shelly Finkel is his manager. His trainer is Mark Breland. Yeah, JCP, salute. Boom, salute. So yeah, so Earl, he mad. Earl, he mad that Derrick James brought in Ryan Garcia. Nathan, salute. He mad that Derrick James brought in Ryan Garcia, Anthony Joshua. So he stopped paying Derrick James. He like, yo, Derrick, you got enough money already. You got one of the biggest stars in the sport, Anthony Joshua, and then you gonna add Ryan Garcia. I'm not paying you no more. So rumor is Errol Spence owes Derrick James like $10 million. He owed this man $10 million, man. This a guy that he's been working with you since 2012, and you gonna take $10 million from this man's pocket? That's crazy. That's crazy work right there. Much obliged, family. Errol Spence stole $10 million from Derrick James, bro. He took money from Derrick James, and he's accusing Derrick James of not having a game plan for Terrence Crawford. Y'all remember that one interview with Derrick James where they asked Derrick James, yo, Derrick James, what are you gonna do with Terrence Crawford uses lateral movement and he start showing different angles, different looks, and he switched. Boom said that's nasty work right there. That's nasty work, bro. Hey yo, that's more than nasty work right there. Yo, Earl out of pocket, bro. Yo, so he still $10 million from his trainer, and he fires the guy. How you take money from somebody and then you stop talking to him? How you take money from somebody and then you stop talking to him? And then you accuse Derrick James. Earl accuses Derrick James of not having a game plan for Terrence Crawford. He said, man, you didn't have a game plan for Terrence Crawford. You allowed me to go in there and get beat up for 9 rounds. He said, when I came back to the corner, you didn't give me no blueprint. You didn't give me no game plan. You ain't tell me what to do. You watched me get beat up for 9 rounds. I had to take the beating. That's like raping someone, then calling the police on them. Whoa. Yo, boom, salute. That's facts, though. That's facts, though, bro. You right. That's exactly what it is. Like, that is crazy, bro. The man steals $10 million from his trainer, and then he kicks him out. Yo, I don't know. Has Errol Spence been hanging out with Deontay Wilder, bro? This shit don't, like, I'm not trying to say it's exactly like Deontay Wilder's situation, but it's almost identical. It's almost similar, bro. Yeah. They said, this is the rumor. Boom, boom. This is the rumor, right, bro? They said, they said, they said, Ryan, once Derrick James got Ryan Garcia, they said once Derrick James got Ryan Garcia, right? And Anthony Joshua, Earl said, I'm not paying this guy no more because he got a lot of money already. That's when the relationship fell apart. When Derrick James got Ryan Garcia and Anthony Joshua, Errol Spence Jr. got jealous. Yup. He got jealous, man. He got jealous. He's like, Derrick, you started with me, Derrick. How you going to leave me? Well, not leave me. How you going to not focus on me? Derrick James was showing too much focus to Anthony Joshua, and he wasn't focused on Errol Spence no more. That's what Errol Spence is saying. Watch me get beat up for 9 rounds. Exactly, bro. Earl said Derrick didn't have a blueprint. He didn't have a blueprint. He watched Earl get beat up for 9 rounds. He didn't tell that man what to do. He didn't tell him how to deal with Terrence Crawford angles. He was telling Earl that it was going to be an easy fight. Earl's mad about that. Earl's like, yo, you lied to me, bro. You told me this Terrence Crawford fight was going to be an easy fight. I went into this fight thinking it was going to be an easy fight. I got beat for 9 rounds. I barely won a round. He don't want this to get nasty, pay. He don't want this to get nasty. Pay him or more truths will come out on what really happened that night. Boom. Honestly, that's what Errol needs to do. He needs to pay that man he won none. Exactly. He didn't win no rounds. Yeah, yo, boom, you right. The right thing to do, Errol needs to pay Derrick James his $10 million. Because if he doesn't pay this man his $10 million, more truths is going to come out. Derrick James is going to come out. Derrick James might come out and say, Errol's been drinking this whole time. He might come out and say, Errol's been drinking. He's going to tell all the truth on Errol. He's holding his tongue right now. But once Errol refused to pay that man his bread, Derrick James is going to do an interview where he's going to spill the beans on Errol Spence Jr., and it's going to be bad. So like you said, boom, and my advice to Errol too, pay that man his money. Don't pull a Deontay Wilder and accuse this man of setting you up against Crawford. That man didn't set you up. That man didn't have the answers for you. That don't mean he set you up. Crawford's just a different type of fighter, man. It's hard to have it's hard to have answers for a guy like that. So you can't say Derrick James didn't have answers for you when it's hard to have answers for a guy like Crawford. You know, you guys won together. Now it's time for y'all to lose together. I'll set you up to steal your money. Hey, yo. Yeah, pretty much. So Errol Spence owed his trainer $10 million, right? And this whole time after the Terrence Crawford fight, right, guys? He's been on vacation this whole time. Instead of spending that money on vacation, you should have at least had a payment plan with your trainer. You more worry about it. Listen, this man been on vacation since the Terrence Crawford fight. He's been traveling the world. Ever since the Bud Crawford fight, Errol Spence been traveling the world. You understand what I'm saying? He's been traveling the world. It's very rare to catch Errol Spence in Dallas anymore. Look at that. He's traveling the world ever since he got his ass whooped. What exactly is he celebrating, guys? What is he celebrating? Are you celebrating you got your ass whooped? Why don't you pay your trainer, bro? Why don't you pay your trainer? Honestly, pay your trainer and stop celebrating the fact that you lost. Just pay your trainer, bro. Let me see. Boom says, that's the real issue. Why he don't want to pay Derrick. The Bud fight was cherry on top. Yup. That's the real issue right there, bro. We all know. We all know. But I'm hearing it's some jealousy to that too, though, bro. The jealousy part is he mad because Derrick James started working with Ryan Garcia and Anthony Joshua. I'm hearing Anthony Joshua and Ryan Garcia was paying Derrick James upfront money. Errol tells Derrick James to wait until after his fight before he pays Derrick James. And I'm also hearing they didn't have no contract. So he was just going off a word of the mouth. Errol was telling Derrick, after my fight, I got you, bro. After my fight, I got you, Derrick. After my fight, I got you, bro. And after his fight, he refused to pay Derrick James. He was just going word of mouth, bro. He was just going word of mouth. He was telling Derrick. They didn't have no contract, nothing. He was telling Derrick, after my fight, I got you, bro. After my fight, I got you. After the fight, that man went straight on vacation, and he hasn't been back since. He went on vacation. He burnt Derrick James for his money and went on vacation. And Derrick James can't even find him. He changed his address and all that too, probably. Yo, this stuff is so crazy. I hear Derrick James is taking Errol Spence to court. Like, I lied to you not. I'm not even on here trolling, y'all. Y'all could go do your research and come back. I hear Derrick James is taking Errol Spence Jr. to court. That's how bad it is. Like, this ain't no joke. I'm not on here trolling. I'm not on here playing games. This is the facts. They're saying Derrick James is actually taking Errol Spence Jr. to court. But with no paperwork, he's not going to get his money. Errol Spence is going to burn him. Errol Spence going to run away with that 10 mil. The man is on vacation right now. You think he's about to come out of his pocket for 10 mil after he done spent all his money on vacation? He's not paying Derrick James that money. There's no way he pays Derrick James that money. If you think Earl pays Derrick James that money, you're crazy. You're crazy if you think Earl pays Derrick James that money. Derrick James is burnt. Earl's running away with that bag. And this is crazy because the Earl sexuals, they pulled the same move. So Earl moves just like his fans. Do you know I'm still owe a lot of money from the Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr. fight? I'm owed a lot of money, y'all. A lot of money. I bet this one guy $2,000. He used to tell me every day. He'd be like, yo, tomorrow's the fight. Tomorrow's the fight. Or the fight about to come up. The fight is this month. Every day we was going back and forth in the comment section. He'll jump on my live. Every single day we're talking about the fight. I'm like, yo, we locked in for that $2K, right? $2,000. You got $2,000 on Earl. I got $2,000 on Crawford. James like, take this shit to trial. Hey, yo, yeah, they gonna take that shit to trial, bro. Like, boom. Bro, I'm not bullshitting y'all, bro. This shit is real. I'm not even on here bro. Bro, you know, I'm not gonna do a live about saying if it's not true. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not on here trolling. This shit is real, bro. Like, I'm dead serious. I'm not on here trolling. I think some people think I'm trolling. The facts are Derrick James is really taking Earl to court, bro. He took down all of Errol Spence Jr. heavy bag. When you look in his gym, there is no heavy bag. Remember, all the heavy bag in the gym had Errol Spence Jr. name on it? He changed all the heavy bag. Errol Spence is not in the gym no more. Boom says, I seen the research, bro. I know what you're talking about. OR. I hope people don't think I'm trolling. This is facts. This is facts. Yeah, I hope y'all don't think I'm trolling. This is facts, man. But what I'm saying is, why is this stuff similar to like Deontay Wilder and his Mark Breland situation? This don't make sense. Once a guy take a loss, he blames his trainer and shit. Errol Spence is literally blaming his trainer, not trying to pay the man. Shit, I won't be surprised if he come out and say Derrick James spiked his water. Hey, yo, boom. I think some Errol Spence Jr. fans are going to come out and say, Derrick James spiked Earl water. That's why Earl didn't look the same. Remember the same shit from the Deontay Wilder fight? They said Deontay Wilder didn't look the same. He didn't have his legs. And Deontay Wilder himself said Derrick James spiked his water. So do you think the Earl sexuals are going to say Derrick James spiked Errol Spence Jr. water? Like they said, Mark Breland, he said Earl sexuals never stop. Remember they said Mark Breland spiked Deontay Wilder's water? Deontay Wilder didn't look the same against Tyson Fury. Do you think they're going to say the same thing about Errol Spence? Because remember, a lot of people like to say Errol Spence didn't look the same. So why did y'all think Errol Spence didn't look the same? Because y'all think Derrick James put something in Errol Spence Jr.'s water? Earl bet Bud $1 million. Yes. Hey, yo, Nathan, that's crazy, bro. Yo, Nathan, that's crazy, bro. He did bet that man $1 million. He told that man, let's bet 100K. And Crawford was like, no, let's bet $1 million. And he's, yo, Earl out here owing everybody for their money, bro. Earl out here building up his debt. That's crazy. His debt gonna be crazy. He about to go bankrupt, bro. He about to go bankrupt. How you building up your debt? Your debt that crazy. You about to go bankrupt. The crazy part about this, right? I know Earl owe everybody this money, right? But the Earl sexuals, I expect it. I expect that behavior. Boom, Nathan. I expect this behavior from the Earl sexuals. I didn't expect this behavior from Earl. Like I was saying before, there is this Earl sexual that used to be in my comment section, right? This guy bet me $2,000. $2,000. This guy was in my. This guy, he they father, yup. Of course. Listen, bro, this guy was in my comment section religiously every day I drop a Errol Spence Jr. video. Every time I drop a Errol Spence Jr. video, man down, big fish, scrap season, man down, big fish. He's gonna drown Crawford. He's gonna do this to Crawford. And he bet me $2,000, bro. Imagine somebody bet you $2,000 and then disappear the night of the fight. You want to be mad, bro? This man bet me $2,000. Imagine if I would have lost. He would have came to my live and said, yo, where my $2,000 at? And I can't hide my face because I got to come on YouTube. I was going to have to pay that man. That man ran off with my $2,000. He hasn't been back. Bruh, immediately after the fight, I'm coming on YouTube to collect my money. I don't see this guy. And he's always the first person in my live. The dude literally disappeared and changed his YouTube channel. And there's more people that owe me money too. Not just him. There's more people that owe me money. So they're doing exactly what their boy Errol Spence is doing. Like father, like son. Boom said that's nasty work. Man, that's nasty work, bro. I still want my money, bro. Because if I would have lost, I know they would have been knocking on my door for that bread. Yo, this shit crazy, bro. But the facts are, Errol Spence is no longer with Derrick James. He owed that man a lot of money. And he's talking about looking for a new trainer. And Derrick James is taking his ass to court. Derrick James is taking Errol Spence to court, man. This is disgusting behavior from Errol Spence Jr. I expect this behavior from the Errol sexuals. I don't expect this behavior from Errol, man. This is a bad look. And Errol Spence needs to clean this up, man. Earl and his fans don't pay up. Shaking my head. Smells like OTR. Salute. Yeah, man. That dude owed me. Just one of them owed me $2,000. I got little small little bets on the side too. But one person owed me $2,000. And this dude was on my live every single day faithfully. After the fight, that man disappeared. Somebody owed me somebody named, I think his name Chris Griffin. Have you guys ever seen a guy named Chris Griffin? Let me type his name in here. Chris Griffin. Y'all ever seen that name on YouTube? Chris Griffin. Did anybody see that name? He owed me $250. I never got that $250. No, not Dwight. Somebody else. Not Dwight. Somebody else. But did y'all ever see Chris Griffin? You know what he told me, bro? He said, yo, I got to put money on my Cash App. I got you tomorrow. I ain't never heard from that man. He said, yo, bro, I got to put money on my Cash App tomorrow. I got you tomorrow, okay? You won the fight. You won the bet. I said, all right, send me my money tomorrow. I ain't never heard from that man since that fight. He deleted his YouTube channel and he disappeared. Where the freak is Chris Griffin at? Yo, man, these dudes is crazy, bro. Oh, man, you can't bet nobody on YouTube. They don't pay you, bro. Shit, I could have used that money to pay a lot of bills. Imagine depending on some money, right? You like, yo, this some guaranteed money right here. And then you don't get the money. You be mad as shit. So the night of fight, I'm like, yo, I know what I'm going to do with all this money. I'm going to buy this. I'm going to buy that. I'm going to pay my rent. I'm going to pay my rent. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go shopping. Crawford about to make me all this money. After the fight, all the Errol sexuals that been in my comments, they disappeared. I ain't get no money from nobody. I didn't get a dollar from any Errol sexuals. All of them deleted their channels. That's nasty work, like my man Boom is saying. The only money I made was off of FanDuel. And I made I think like $3,000 off of FanDuel. That's the only amount of money I made, FanDuel. But all my other money I'm owed, I never got it. Ruben Sanchez, salute. The Errol sexuals ran off with the bag, and Errol Spence is running off with the bag, man. Errol Spence, he said, nasty work, man. Wow. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. They still ain't pay me, bro. They changed their YouTube channels. Hey, yo, you know who's gonna owe me some money? Tim Zoo fans. You better get your money. Man, where I'm gonna see these guys at, man? These guys are on YouTube. These are YouTubers. These guys are on YouTube. They not gonna pay me, bro. I don't know where they be at. We made the bet on YouTube, on my live, and in my comment sections. I don't know where these guys be at. But you know who's gonna owe me some money? Tim Zoo friends. I meant Tim Zoo fans. So a lot of people that like Tim Zoo, right? And I like Tim Zoo, but we all know he's not on the level of a Terrence Crawford, right? There's a lot of fans picking Tim Zoo to beat Terrence Crawford. And I'm putting a lot of bets in. If you go under my videos, any video I do about Tim Zoo, about Terrence Crawford beating Tim Zoo, these guys jump in my comment section. They say, no, Tim Zoo's gonna beat Terrence Crawford. Crawford's too small. That's their favorite thing they like to say. He's too small. He's coming up in weight. He's too small. Tim Zoo by knockout. I said, all right, we're gonna put some money on that, right? They said, yeah. So we put money on Tim Zoo versus Terrence Crawford. So we're going to see if the Tim Zoo fans are going to pay my money. Because the Errol Spence Jr. fans didn't pay my money. We'll see if Tim Zoo fans pay my money. I told them it's going to be a knockout. They said, no, Tim Zoo's going to knock out Crawford. I said, we're going to see. Crawford's going to knock out Tim Zoo. No. Tim's going to win. He's too big. He's too big. He's too strong. He's going to upset Crawford like his father did Zab Judah. Crawford and Zab Judah are two different fighters. Crawford is a complete fighter. Zab Judah had problems. Crawford's been dominant his whole career. He's a completely different fighter than a Zab Judah. Those are two different fighters. And Tim Zoo, I don't think he's better than his father. So we can't do that. We don't know how good Tim Zoo is yet. He's not ready for a guy like Crawford. So all these new Tim Zoo fans, y'all just make sure y'all have my money, man. Y'all just make sure y'all have my money because y'all be in my comment section saying Tim Zoo by knockout, and we lock in on the bets. Y'all better have my money. The Errol Spence Jr. fans ran off with the bag. I wonder if y'all gonna run off with the bag. But yeah, the reality of the matter is Errol Spence Jr., he owes Derrick James a lot of money. He blames Derrick James for losing to Terrence Crawford. And Derrick James is taking Errol Spence Jr. to court. What do you guys think about that, man? You know, when Crawford left Bob Arum, everybody was celebrating. He left Bob Arum. Da, 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 da. Trouble in paradise. Well, Errol Spence does something worse. He's leaving Derrick James. Shit, he might be leaving Al Heyman too. Errol Spence might leave Al Heyman and Derrick James. Everything they wished on Terrence Crawford is happening to Errol Spence Jr. Salute, Justin. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? I had to get off for a second. Justin, if you want to come on, I got to run, fam. Salute, no credit, and from the chat. All right, boom. Appreciate you, Brody. Hey, yo, Justin, if you want to come on, hit the link, Justin. Let's talk. If you want to come on and chat for a little bit, hit the link. I appreciate it. If you want to come on for a little bit, hit the link, Justin. Let's bust it up. Have you heard the rumors, man? It's been crazy, man. It's been crazy. These guys were celebrating when Terrence Crawford left Bob Arum. I wonder if they're celebrating now. Errol Spence is leaving his trainer, and he's potentially leaving Al Heyman. So we're going to see if they celebrate that. They celebrated when Crawford left Bob. Let's see if they celebrate when Earl leaves Derrick and Al Heyman. Let's see if they celebrate that. Shit. Y'all want to celebrate, right? Y'all should celebrate Errol Spence and Derrick James problems. Since y'all want to celebrate when a man is having issues with his promoters, y'all should celebrate when Errol Spence is having issues with his trainer. These Errol sexuals are disgusting, man. You know what I'm hearing now? I'm hearing that the Errol sexuals are saying Derrick James is never a good trainer. That's what they say. I mean, it's that bad. They're saying Derrick James is never a good trainer because him and Earl are having a little feud. They saying Derrick was never a good trainer. Earl should have never went to Derrick James. Why did he go to Derrick James? He should have never went to him. Like what? Because Earl's the one that owes Derrick James money, and you're telling that man you're on the guy's side who owes the other guy money. You're in the wrong. How are you siding with the guy who's in the wrong? That don't make no sense. Derrick James, his job is just to train. Earl just got to pay the man. Win, lose, or draw, you still got to pay that man. It's a job, bro. That man has a family to feed. Because he got other boxers, so you don't care about paying him? That's not cool, bro. That's not cool. Earl shouldn't be moving like that. That's a dirtball move by Errol Spence Jr., man. You owe your trainer, pay that man his bread. The man, his job was to show up, help you get ready for the Terrence Crawford fight. Don't be a dirtball. Hey, yo, Justin, salute.
What's good?
I'm all right, man. What's going on?
Oh, just picking the kid up from school, man. What's
Yeah,
going
you
on with
heard
you?
the
No
latest
credit?
news, man?
No, I haven't. Break it to me.
All right, so this is what everybody's saying, though. This is confirmed. So there's not no trolling stuff, too. So they're saying Earl Spence owed Derrick James like 5 million plus. Like
Oh,
he's re,
man.
he's refusing to pay Derrick James. Derrick James took down all, in his gym, right? Derrick James had all these heavy bags with Earl Spence name on it, his initial. Derrick James took down all of the bags, put new bags up, and he said Earl Spence can't come back to the gym until he pays all of his money, and he's taking him to court.
This confirmed through who? Who confirmed this?
Uh,
Who
honestly,
said
just
this?
some YouTubers. I'm not gonna lie, but like everybody's talking about the same thing. I don't know if you heard. I don't know if you heard it yet,
No, I haven't,
but I
honestly.
heard
But
it from Showbiz. I heard it from Blue. I heard it from a lot of other guys.
so it's pretty reliable, and
Yeah, yeah. Eric, they're saying it. They getting it from their sources.
well, that would explain why he's been gone for so long too. Because
Yeah,
I remember an interview back a while back.
right.
Derrick's like, no, he hasn't even shown up. He's not even in the gym. He hasn't even showed up to the gym yet.
And when
It's
he
like,
said that, we didn't even look at it like it was a red flag.
right, right.
We just thought he was just on vacation. Just needed time to
Licking his
clear his
wounds
mind.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah,
But,
it's
I don't know. Obviously, I mean, I can sit here and say, like, yo, Earl shouldn't pay him. Earl pay the dude, man.
right.
Like, regardless, like, you're a boxer, you got a trainer. Trainer's supposed to hook you up with a good game plan, but if you
Mm-hmm.
don't feel like you got a good game plan, you need to be saying something, But obviously, the two run together, so,
Right.
you know, it
So
is
so
what it
so
is.
what do you think? You think Earl shouldn't pay him all that money?
No, Earl needs to give him the check. He
Oh,
earned
okay.
it.
Yeah, he did. He
Yeah,
did.
he earned it.
He
I mean,
did. He
James
did.
got him that far just because they didn't have a plan B against the master of disaster, against the number one boxer in the world, pound for pound king. Just because they
Right.
don't got no plan B doesn't mean you don't pay the guy. Come on, man.
And you know what's crazy? I'm hearing the same thing with Charlo too.
Wow,
After the
that's
Canelo
crazy.
fight, that's when I started hearing that too. But I didn't really talk about it.
That's
But
crazy.
I'm hearing Charlo's going through the same situation, like where he hasn't been showing up to the gym with Derrick James. So he probably
That's
owed Derrick
crazy.
James some money too.
That's crazy.
And you know
Imagine
what I
being
heard?
Derrick James.
I
What?
heard it's a little bit of jealousy there because when Anthony Joshua and Ryan Garcia showed up, uh, I heard those two guys was paying Derrick James up front, like giving him all his money before they even stepped foot in the ring. And
Yeah,
Earl and
yeah.
Jamel, they were paying Derrick James after their fight.
After. Yep, after.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you got to figure too,
right.
like is I mean, shit, dude. El Heyman wanted to give these guys no guarantee up front, no guarantee.
Wow.
And all these bums talk about Crawford's ducking because he ain't taking the deal. No guarantee up front. But Anthony Joshua, he sells pay-per-views. Ryan
Right.
Garcia, he sells pay-per-views, whether you like him or not. That's
Mm-hmm.
it. That's what it boils down to. So, of course, man, of course. But that's crazy for Earl not to pay up. And someone's going to get that back in blood with him for sure if he ever comes around out of retirement.
Yeah. But this is crazy though, because I didn't expect this. This is almost, I don't want to say identical, but it's like around the same. What this kind of reminds you of? Don't this kind of remind you like a little bit of the Deontay Wilder situation? with his trainer and shit, huh?
Yeah, that is a little. That has a lot of similarities for sure.
And the crazy part about that is, you remember they were saying Earl Spence wasn't the same. I wouldn't be surprised if the Earl sexuals say Derrick James poisoned Earl Spence.
Oh yeah, Derrick James poisoned him. Derrick James giving him something on the side. Derrick James this. Yeah, trust me, man. I wouldn't be surprised if I heard that too. It's probably already out there. Just got to go look for it.
Yeah, as we speak it right now, it's probably out there.
No kidding, man. Earl sexual to say anything, man. They will
Yeah.
too. You know all the stuff they're talking about Crawford and that whole breakup with Top Rank.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Man, they was having a party. They was having a ball.
Yeah.
When that
exactly.
happened. Oh, Bob says Crawford doesn't sell. Yeah. Crawford's leaving Top Rank. I was like, wow, you're celebrating that? Is that something to celebrate?
It's crazy. And you know, like we've had conversations about
Right.
hang on a second. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Hang on a second.
Mm-hmm. Dan 10.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, so we've heard conversations about, I mean, we have conversations about that whole lawsuit with Top Rank and stuff like that.
Right.
You know, a couple things about that, but at the end of the day, Bud is getting guaranteed money for those fights. Whether or not he was selling or not, but it's different too because he still got his money, and ESPN had the rights contract with Top Rank, so they're getting paid too for their distribution of those fights.
Right.
You know, so at both ends they're getting paid. Now, whether or not you think that Bob Arum purposely mismanaged Crawford's career and slow rolled some fights, you know, that's neither here nor there. But he was getting that money, and all these PBC jokers were not.
My only beef with Bob Arum, right? You listening?
Yep.
Is the Manny Pacquiao situation. Crawford should have got that Manny Pacquiao fight.
Yeah, they should have delivered.
If he would have delivered on that Manny Pacquiao fight, because he made a lot of promises, Crawford would have been a big star.
Yeah, he would have. But here's the deal, man. I think there's also some blame for Top Rank to go around because, comparatively speaking, like I followed Top Rank for a while.
Right.
Comparatively speaking, I always wondered, why is it when a Lomachenko fight comes around, they're talking about that 2 months in advance. When a Crawford fight comes around, none of their advertising start till a week before the fight. Week before the fight.
Mm.
And that didn't make any sense to me. If Bud is your fighter, he is the fighter that's going to be the face of boxing for Top Rank. You know, he was the one that's doing the Saturday night fights. He was the one that had the fights after the Heisman.
Honestly, Justin, I don't think they knew what they had. If you really sit down and think about it, this is a guy, Bob Arum, who let Floyd Mayweather go. You hear me?
Yeah, he did. Yep.
So that right there should tell you this guy, he don't know what he has. You willing to let those guys go?
Yeah.
I think it was a case of that. He didn't believe them dudes were that good, or he thought they were good, but he didn't know how their world potential was.
Or their potential to make money. And it just that always bothered me that Terrence Crawford got signed back with Top Rank, and it was his decision to go. Obviously, he's making the big checks over there. I mean, total from the Gamboa fight till he fought Porter, like up until he fought Porter. I mean, you're talking 26, 28 million guaranteed through that run. So he made a gang of money through the Top Rank contract. But I always wonder, why don't they promote this dude's fight? Why are they purposely not promoting his fights? But Lomachenko has advertising starting a month and a half, 2 months before
his fights coming up. And Terrence Crawford is the one that they're putting at the prime spot. I mean, the prime spot in
Mm-hmm.
ESPN Top Rank Boxing is Saturday Night Boxing. It's the Saturday of the Heisman, right after the Heisman, and Crawford had that on lock. And then all of a sudden, I
Oh,
mean,
I see what you're saying. Yeah, you're right.
he
You're
had
right.
he had 2.8 million people watching that Benavidez fight when he
Oh
when
yeah,
he
that
when he
one blew up. That fight
when
blew
he
up.
yeah when he sent Benavidez into the shadow realm. He had
Mm-hmm.
2.8 million people watching him, eyeballs on him. So why weren't they pumping these pay-per-view fights more and these other fights? I don't know, but that's neither
Right.
here nor there.
Yeah. Hey yo, King Asian Man, salute. You on here?
Yeah, I was just letting y'all finish. You know, I had my input, but I ain't just want to jump in and interrupting. But what
Yeah,
I'm
I want
confused
to
at,
hear. I want to hear a little bit of your info on the situation that's going on with Earl and Derrick. If you
right,
know
right.
anything.
We're gonna get to that, but I still want to before we get too far away from it from what I was eloquently sitting back, patiently listening to what y'all was saying regarding the Bud Crawford era at Top Rank. And I'm just sitting here confused after all these years, y'all haven't been able to come with a logistical rational reasoning of why Top Rank or Bob Arum, and I forget the other guy name, it'll come to me, were
What?
operating the way they were operating. Now, notice I heard y'all say,
His
well, what,
grandson?
bam,
His his
come on
grandson
now.
Todd? Are you
I,
talking about his grandson Todd?
if we talking about his what? Say it again.
His grandson Todd.
Oh, no. Dag, I can't. Dag. It'll come to me. No, but not his grandson.
All right.
The one that kind of like does all the matchmaking and all that. I forgot his name. It'll come to me. But no, not his
Okay.
grand. It's not his grandson. But
All
I
right.
was trying to stay on train of thought. For you, no credit. You said you did you, and to your analysis, you believe they didn't
Knew
know
what they
what they
had.
had
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
And
that's what I'm coming to.
right, and I could get it if you know you are a kindergartner at it, but you know you're a seasoned vet. So after these years, like of looking and analyzing, now you know no, they know what they had. I know Bob had been in the game. He had done dealt with Ali, Frazier, all them all the way back from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Now here we are in post millennia. You don't, you know, a boxer can't pass his eye test. He knew what he had in Mayweather. He knew what he had in Crawford. What the thing, what it was, and I ain't trying to put the racial epitome on it. We just gonna put capitalist society on it, which just so happens the Europeans pretty much rule that.
Ding,
If
ding,
I
ding, ding,
can't, you
ding.
know, hold up, hear
Well,
me.
yo, Justin, what you say?
I said ding, 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 ding. That's
Oh yeah,
it.
oh he was
He
using what I use. Okay, my bad, man. That's what I do. Yeah,
no,
that's what I do. Same thing. Ding, ding, ding. But that's
Hold
what
on.
it was. Bob
So
was like,
so so
oh,
wait. So you guys think that's why?
now just hear me out. It's just like I'm gonna use this analogy and I get to it. Just say, hey, you have a monopoly pretty much on your block, and
Right, right,
then a new kid moves on the block, and you pretty much you don't know he don't know you, you don't know him or her, either
right.
or. And so you see the potential in this particular new kid on the block, he or her,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't know what they know. They probably realize their potential, but you don't know what they realize. But you like, hey, I've been running this block. So if you're gonna set up your little lemonade stand on this block, you gotta come through me.
Mm.
And at first the kid be like, all right, I'm with it. And then the kid say, Dad, because of my marketing strategy or because of what I got in my lemonade, that shit no everybody lemonade miles and miles away across other state lines. Nobody lemonade fucking with my lemonade. And so the kid that's selling the lemonade, you know what? Yeah, I made a deal with him for selling on this block, but shit, I could go beyond this fucking block. Nigga, fuck this shit.
Yo, you
But
shout out.
yeah, but what you would be on the block would say, hey, I gotta try to suppress that. Now I can't force this kid to just stay on this block selling lemonade, but we already made a contract to where, hey, I get a percentage of what you sell on this block, and be good with it. I'm gonna make it good for you. It's gonna be good anyway because that kid's lemonade is bringing in. Ain't nobody shit fucking with her. Now we're gonna bring it back to boxing. Wasn't nobody fucking with Floyd. Ain't nobody fucking with Bud. Yes, I'm still a Spence supporter, but I speak with reality. Ain't nobody fucking with Bud. Even back when they were trying to get the Pacquiao fight,
He let
he
he let
knew.
Pacquiao go too. He let
Exactly.
Pacquiao.
He knew Pacquiao wasn't fucking with that dude. I was saying this then. That's what was my frustration with Bud. Dude, they know your potential. They just trying to keep you at a glass ceiling. You need to break up out that shit. That was my main
So
frustration.
let me get this.
All right, go ahead.
So you think Top Rank, they're good at building up young fighters, but they don't know how to make them a superstar? Is that what you're telling me?
They did that with Pacquiao. They did it with Lomachenko. They did it with Tio. They know how to make a superstar. Is it once you become a superstar, are you going to get the lion's share? You know, you're going to demand your worth. That's
When
what
when I say superstar, I'm talking about pay-per-view draw. Lomachenko and Teo, they're not pay-per-view draws yet.
I would say Loma. I would say yes, Loma. What? Come on, man, stop it.
You said what?
I would say Loma. Well, he probably wasn't competing with the Canelos in there, but he still would make you a profit on pay-per-view. Lomachenko. I'm talking about at that time.
Yeah, but Bob only put him on pay-per-view one time.
I understand that because Lomachenko was still, but still, as far as Top Rank go, he was the face of Top Rank. Wasn't nobody else doing no pay-per-views. And if he had to have a person to go to, it would have been him. He was building him up for a big Tank fight. He would have put him on pay-per-view if Floyd would have let Tank got that fight back in what was that, 2017, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Right around that time. Yeah, Bob would have hurried up.
I see where you're going with it.
Right. And I ain't the one, that'll come and just throwing a bunch of hypothetics, hyperboles and all that. You know what I'm saying? I sat back and look at it. Bob know what he be having, and then the people that Bob have know most of them know they worth. That's when Bud finally said enough is enough, dude.
Let's pause on that for a second. That already happened. Let's talk about the future.
Okay.
Can you give us your little insight on the situation that's going on with Derrick and DJ and EJ, if you know anything?
No, I once again, I'm, I don't want to come with the hypothetical. I don't know.
What have you heard though? What have you heard? If you don't know, what have you heard? Any rumors?
Yeah. Oh, heard countless of rumors, but come on, no credit. I don't like perpetuating the false narratives and the false. I don't like doing it. But if you want to hear them, I give them.
I want to hear what you. I heard a lot.
No, because people gonna tune into your shit once and this ain't me beating my chest.
But listen, King, you already clarified this is rumor. This is not you saying it. So go ahead.
But fam, these are the YouTube streets. They still gonna sound bite clip and all that. Yes, they do. They do that. Fam, I'm not that delusional. They do that shit. Especially they hear my voice and all that. And this is what King Asia Man said and all that shit. I've been for the okie doke and all that shit. But the rumors are just the rumors, and I ain't believing in that shit. I
didn't hear anything you heard yet though.
What this is, I'm gonna go on what I know. Fuck what I heard.
Right,
What I do know is, Spence sees that hey, the chance of redemption at 147 is slim to none, and we get it. He's a realist. He know this. Man, my body, I done too much damage to myself. Yeah. First of all, he was facing one of the illest fighters. Yes, give Bud all that credit. That's first off.
He should fight Ennis.
Oh, he should fight Bruce Ennis. I don't know. He might have done too much damage to himself to be fucking with Ennis. That's for real. That's just the reality. That's the reality of it. Now it's done come full circle with him. Yeah, nigga, once upon a time, you was that dude. You played yourself.
Okay. Do you know how great it'll be for Errol Spence's career if he beats Ennis?
At 147? Yeah, it would be almost a redemption. Almost.
Bruh, he shoots right back into the spotlight with that one win.
Yeah, people will be clamoring for a rematch with Crawford. With Crawford, and it would be like, okay, maybe he did redeem, but if Crawford ain't took a step back, I don't see him. I don't. That just like I say, I could be real, and I would still support Spence before Bud because I've been on that cart. I ain't jumping off the cart. But in the reality,
I don't want to troll you. I want Justin. You still on here?
I'm right here.
Justin, listen to how much money King lost on Earl. King,
how you gonna do that too? How you gonna do that?
How much money you lost on Earl, King?
That receipt been out there. People know if they done got online bragging about them getting paid.
Forgot. Can you remind us?
You said go watch his replay.
No,
do him that.
Come on, man.
I'm trying to promote you.
How much did you lose, bro?
Okay, let me do this first. Let me help you out. Okay, right. Go back and watch his replay, and then like, comment, subscribe to his channel. Right. And what you're about to hear will match up to the same thing you heard back then.
All right, but how much though? Yo, Justin, I think he lost like $16K, bro.
Right? Oh man!
And that was just online. It was some people that I forgot that I made. I think some of them I just went ahead and paid them because, I didn't know if it was official or wasn't official. But it was like these was like the $100, $200 bets.
Here's the deal, King. Here's the deal, King. You might have lost $16K in money, but the fact that you paid, you gained a lot more in respect.
Oh, yeah.
That's the truth.
Of course.
Oh, yeah, because you ain't heard none of them online saying, I owe them money. None. You ain't heard none of them people. Unlike some people now.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people ran off with the bag.
Yeah. I got one of mine, too. He still owes me, but he ain't even acknowledged me or anything.
Wow, that's crazy.
A guy from Dallas. I won't say his name.
I can't see your name.
Dwight.
No, I'm talking about that's on the panel right now.
Justin.
Hey,
Justin. One thing about me, I'm not gonna bet it if I can't afford to pay it. That's first off. I ain't that kind of fool. I could be a fool, but I ain't a damn fool.
Right.
And in a way, I was playing with house money. I won a lot of money off of T.O. People didn't want to hear that. They don't want to go back and look at that. It's receipts on that. When T.O. beat Loma, I was one of the ones that cashed in on that. Everybody, you crazy. Loma gonna dog wash him and all that. I'm like, okay, all right, if it is. But
that was a close fight. That could have ended in a draw, bro.
Hey, fam,
you could have lost your money.
All that. And once again, I wasn't willing to bet if I couldn't stand to lose it, but I won.
Yeah, that was a good bet. That was a good bet.
They keep wanting to hear about how much I lost. No, let's talk about what I won.
And so wasn't that fight right after he fought Comey too?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah. He was on a run too, man. Exactly. He was on a run. Yeah, exactly, I remember I was at that fight, and I remember he hit Comey with that shot.
Yeah, I think they traded, if I'm not mistaken. They kind of traded.
They traded right hands.
He got there first. And he put that dude on a skateboard sideways. Where the whole place is like, oh man, that was wild. That was wild. That was good.
And that inspired me to put money on her. I was like, man, he catch Loma with one of those.
Yeah, and he had a really good game plan against Loma. I'll tell you a story. I might have already told this. To no credit, but I went to a Bud fight, and I believe it was Bud and Jeff Horn, and I was sitting right behind Horn's family, which I felt bad for them. He got beat up.
If I'm not mistaken,
they were sad looking. No, I was in Las Vegas. Okay. And there's this guy next to me.
Australia. My bad.
Pacquiao was in Australia. There's a guy next to me in a suit, and I'm just chopping it up with him. And he said he was an agent. I didn't get his name or anything like that, but we're talking about Bud Crawford and how good he is and this stuff. He's like, yeah, I got a lot of money on Bud Crawford today, and I'm like, oh yeah, you bet, So he pulls out his receipts from the casinos he went to, and they totaled up to right around $50,000. This dude had bet on Bud Crawford in that fight.
Wow.
50,000. Wow, dude, that's great. And this guy looked me dead in the eye and goes, one thing I know, I've been around boxing for a while. When that dude fights, you put your money on him. It's a sure win, is what he said. I don't care, even if he's the big favorite. I'm gonna make that money on Bud Crawford.
Right. But
I was
Justin,
like,
I'm not gonna lie.
damn.
I was riding with Spence, but I bet with my heart. That's what
Oh
that
yeah,
was.
got you,
I bet.
got you, got you.
I didn't use logic. I wanted to talk logical sense, but that it was such a creation. That's what drew me to this channel. I came to this channel to troll, but ended up staying with respect, and he knows this.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
that's for real. I could be honest. Like, it ain't nothing you could. They all them got footages of me on their panels, so ain't no sense in me trying to switch up now.
Right,
The
right.
matter of
Right.
fact, the first time I came here, they kind of like kicked me out. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
get your
yeah.
punk ass up out of here. Me being the stubborn guy, I said, "No, I'm gonna come back." I
Yeah, you
stayed
came
away
back.
from.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember. We jumped on you.
yeah, y'all jumped me. Y'all jumped me. And
Yeah, and we need those viewpoints on this channel because it's kind of boring when you got 2 people, 3 people in the room that all love Bud
Everybody
Crawford
think
and
the
ride with
same.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we've had some good conversations on that. But what did your logic tell you before that fight was happening? What did logic tell you?
the logic told me, Spence, you did too much damage. But it was 2 fights, with Ugas and then with Garcia. And I overrated the Garcia fight. I overrated that. Yes, he won it, but he should have did better. But that was a 50% Spence. And so I went with the I gave it too much I gave it more credit, so that was still logic. The logic was really telling me, Spence, you did too much damage and you're gonna age in that ring. You're already aged. And
Mm,
Crawford did the smart thing by taking that one
After
fight with old boy.
the activity probably hurt
yeah.
him
Right,
too.
right.
Avanesian. Yep.
Yep.
Avanesian. Staying
Yep.
active,
Yeah.
and you wasn't active just waiting on this, and that's
I'm not gonna
still
lie. I'm not gonna lie. Um, I wanted Earl to take a fight too because I knew that
Me
inactivity
too.
was gonna hurt him too.
Me too. And that would have been a smart thing to do
And
is for him to take
I didn't
a
want the
fight.
Earl
Yep.
sexuals to have excuses.
right.
Yeah. And you know
But
what? You know what? Credit like to that point too. That fight that he took with Avanesian.
right,
I mean, that was here in Omaha, so I was at that fight and we were watching
right.
it. And he was doing a lot of inside fighting at that fight, man. He was doing a lot of inside fighting with Avanesian. And
Nice. He's
it just
practicing for
it just
EJ.
practicing for EJ, man, practicing for that inside game, man. And that's what honestly is what you got to do. That's what the smart ones will do. They won't go in there with 14, 15, 16 months of ring rust
Right.
to fight the best. They're gonna get somebody who they can practice that style on or whatever and hone that down.
Live
And
too. Practice that thing live.
yeah, exactly.
You know the crazy thing is, Earl, he built himself on this no tune-up type shit.
Right.
You at that level, bro, you need tune-ups.
Yep.
Absolutely.
You can't just keep going hard fights at the hard fights at the hard fights.
Yeah,
You need
especially
a
what he
tune
been
up,
through too.
especially if you've been out of the ring for that long.
Right.
But being honest, even though they wasn't subpar competition, them guys wasn't on his comeback after the accident. Them guys wasn't on the level of Crawford. They wasn't. And
Right.
so I can admit I was being illogical with that. But I think the logic, I kind of like just threw logic out the window for real. I just threw it out, and I just with the hopes of a prayer that Spence will have one more great day in that ring against a great opponent, and it was asking too much. So after that
Yeah.
third round, no, logically this is what I say, and it's on record too, Justin. I could everything I'm saying, you could find it. I say Crawford will have to do this. Well, it was like 3 things because they would say, well, you don't see Crawford able to win. If I say, yeah, I said if Crawford come out and dominate them first, come on, easy. I mean, no credit. I said this. You can pull up. I said if Crawford come out and dominate the first 3 rounds,
Mm-hmm.
okay, now I can see what you're saying. But I didn't see Crawford being able to do that
Oh yeah,
because
yeah,
he always come out slow.
yeah.
But
Justin, this what a lot of Earl Spence fans was saying. They were saying because everybody been known to believe that Crawford starts slow. They were like, he's just gonna be up like 6 rounds to nothing.
right,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
and I was one of them. I was one of them people. You right.
Right.
And I was like, you think Crawford in the biggest fight of his career going to go down 6-0? Come on now.
No, and just Spence's style is it's just made for somebody like Bud. I mean, Bud has just so many weapons. I mean, we're on record saying that I mean, up till the 2 a.m. Some of these shows like and laying it out how it's going to go, and he just has so many weapons in his arsenal that it was hard to see that Spence could beat him anyway. Like it was hard to see that, or even I mean, to me, I didn't think he'd even get him a challenge. To be honest with you, I was telling people that he's going to make him look average, like he's made everybody else look average, and it happened. And the only way Spence could have made that a competitive fight is if he would have abandoned that style that he has. That
he had to
style.
fight a little bit. He had to box.
Yeah, he had to box, and he had to play more like Kavaliauskas did with Crawford. You gotta play, you gotta draw him in, you gotta get him to want to brawl with you so you can try to catch him. But if you're gonna
now I
gotta do box.
That's what I'm saying. I kind of like beg to differ. I say he should have fought like Marcos Madonna and had to really muddy the waters. Put his head in Bud's chest. You know, if you could corner him in and go for what you know.
Come on, King. That man's a wrestler. You can't do that to a wrestler.
That was gonna be. We just talking about what his high percentage chances are. I didn't say if it would have been successful. I'm just saying, hey.
But listen, damn, what was I about to say just now? I was about to say.
But why you collect that thought? I was just saying, no boxing. I definitely didn't see him outboxing Bud. I say that. I just thought he could catch him with something and knock him out. But now you should have your thought.
Yes, it has something to do with boxing too. Yeah, I really wanted to see Errol Spence try to box him. But I just got my thought. Are you listening?
Yeah.
What I was going to say is the fact that Earl kept telling people he was going to break Terrence Crawford is probably why he fought the way he fought, because he felt like he was going to bulldoze him. You understand what I'm saying? If you telling the world you're going to break somebody, meaning like you're going to destroy this man, you're going to break him down, you're going to break every bone in his body because he came up from 135. So you think you could just steamroll him? That was his mindset. So he didn't have any other game plan. I just need to run this guy over like a truck.
Straight up, he didn't have a game plan, and that was it, man. And once there was round one, about a minute 45 into round one, probably so close to the minute mark. Bud caught him with a quick, stiff. He slipped jab, and then he jabbed again. He caught him with 2 jabs back to back. And at that moment, I know he had his timing down, and he knew he was faster than Bud. And then Bomac even said, "Yo, dude, that jab's slow. Just go right over it." Like he told him, like, go throw yours out there, because at that moment in that round, and it was round one when he figured that out. He saw how slow he was being with that jab that he likes to put out there. But yeah, he didn't come into the fight with a plan B, and that circles back to the conversation about James. James had done an interview at one point in time and said something to the extent of he doesn't watch film or something of that nature. And I was like, that is not good, man. And it's a combination of his fans, like the fans for Spence. It's a combination of what PBC, how they were promoting him. It's a combination of just Earl's ego, of what he had previously done.
And I was holding my tongue. I don't mean to interject, but you hit that right. I was holding my tongue. That's what I think he was listening to a lot of us. I could tell on myself. He was listening to a lot of us saying, "Hey, you got this, you got this." And there was something inside of me that I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to just throw it in the universe. Like, dude, you kind of like damaged goods. Yeah, you could still go out there and compete, but you're at a whole nother level. You're in another stratosphere fighting with this dude. But I convinced myself to believe that he could do it. Really, I was like, you don't play boxing, you live boxing. That's a lifestyle. You can't be saying, "Hey, I'm a professional boxer," and you in the club, you drinking, you got hoes, you got bitches, you got whips.
I mean, at least he admits it after the fight. So that's a step forward.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll see if he changes that lifestyle moving forward.
But once again, credit, it might be too late.
No,
That's
that's exactly. I was just gonna say that it's gonna be too late. I mean, look at everybody else who Bud fought. They were never the same after Bud fought him, and sure as hell, Spence ain't gonna be the same after Bud fought him. I mean, he's honestly he's pretty damn close to retirement, if not already knee deep in it. In that fight, he took a lot of damage in that fight, man. A lot of damage.
Mm.
And watching that, actually watching him take that damage, well, number one, my heart went out to him because I'm like, I was hoping it'd be a more competitive fight, but I knew that Bud was going to train roll him. But watching how Bud did him just made me appreciate Porter more, and it made me appreciate Porter's dad more.
Yeah.
Although I don't like that stoppage. I don't like that stoppage that he had.
Right.
Although I don't like it, I understand why he did, because I mean, you got the best closer in the game right there, So like,
wow.
Mm,
Yeah. He's never seen his son in that position before.
never.
and you're right, just it puts a new respect for Porter, because it was that wild style that kept him competitive in the fight.
Oh
up
yeah,
until
that was
that.
competitive.
Right.
Exactly.
That was
So if
competitive.
he
Yeah.
would just think he would have went in there with this new extravagant, trying to box style, trying to do this, trying to do that, man, Bud probably would have really washed his ass. He would have probably came out looking like Spence.
King, I remember watching that Porter versus Bud fight. I'm like, yo, this fight is kind of close, man.
Yeah,
It was.
I actually had Porter up. I'm for real.
I did too. I did too.
I'm not even gonna lie. I think I did too.
Yeah.
Yep, I did too. And
And
Andre Ward did too. And Tim Bradley
Yo,
did
that's
too.
crazy.
yeah. And I got on Kenny for throwing in the towel, but now I got a new risk after seeing the Spence fight. Like, oh, now I see what. Okay.
No, makes sense. No, makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And he got hit. He got hit. It's that replay that has multiple angles, and he got rocked on that one. You might have not looked like it from him hitting the ground, stuff like that, like with his fits and stuff like that, but he got rocked, and they all knew it was coming. But that was something else, man. That was something else. Watching Crawford just flip a switch like that, knowing that he was down on the cards.
You're down, and
just brilliant.
Just go out there and just go for it.
But in fairness to Porter, as far as him and his dad situation, and it's almost like the Wilder situation. If you signed up for this and you say, "Hey, my choice is to go out on my shield," let that be.
Yeah, agreed. Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
I feel you, and that's why I don't
but
like
the
this.
only difference with that is this is a father and a son.
Right.
He feels like he knows his son. I understand the trainer feels the same, but the trainer don't have that father-son relationship.
No, I there's no, I can't, because I'm a father. So yeah, I can sympathize with that, empathize rather,
Right.
with that. But once again, you got to empathize with this is what you signed up for. So once a boy becomes a man, I have no sons, I have daughters, but once your child becomes an adult and makes an adult decision, it's ride or die with.
I mean,
Especially in that line of sport, hey dude, let me go out to my last haymaker.
Yeah. Yep.
And remember, he said he didn't speak to his dad for a while. He said we're gonna be good, but dude, we got to create space for a while. And you going over there.
Yeah, and that honestly, that put a cloud around the fight too. That shouldn't have been there.
They try to take credit from the man because of that.
Right, and not that I want to see.
You getting credit? I don't mean to interrupt, because Bud should have been afforded to just take him on out like that. He should have.
He should have. Yep, he should have. Exactly right.
Yeah,
he should have.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I understand where he's coming from. But yeah, I don't like that stoppage at all. But seeing Spence got rocked the way he did made me appreciate that Sean Porter fight a lot more.
Oh yeah.
And seeing what happened to Avanesian too, I thought that man was dead.
Yeah. Oh man, that was wild. That was wild when that moment about the gloves came up. I mean, because that was like right in front of us, and everybody was trying to look over and say, "What's going on with the gloves? What's going on with the gloves?" And they just say, "Fight. We're gonna get in there and fight." That was wild. But yeah, that was a hard combo. What did he hit him with? A 3-2 combo? That was hard right there, man.
Yeah. But I didn't
Let's
get back
switch
to
gears
these.
for a second. With everything said and done on the show today, right? About even though King don't want to speak on it, but do y'all think Earl's gonna pay Derrick or he's gonna burn him?
No, I think they're gonna amend it. They're gonna come to some conclusion because they still in contract. They just got the Amazon Prime deal, so they're gonna find a way to make it work. They're gonna meet into a happy median. Right now, I think it's just a lot of noise, and long as no one feed into the narrative that's being thrown out here, and I don't want nobody saying I'm a part of that. You know, they're gonna work it out.
Mm.
They might take a risk with the Ennis fight. They trying to probably
No, 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 no. I think you ain't hear what I said. I was talking about Earl and Derrick. I said, do you think Earl's gonna pay Derrick his money?
oh yeah, yeah. But that's going to come into play with the next opponent as well.
Yeah. And I
Yeah,
need my money. I need
I
my
think
money
he
up
will.
front.
I think he will, but there will be some mediation involved in it, and both egos will be at play. But yeah, I think he's going to pay him. I'm shocked that if that is true, that if that is in fact true, I
That
would be
amount
shocked
though,
that he
that
didn't pay
amount
him.
is not small. It's not chump change.
Yeah, it's not.
No, but it's easy to make. The only thing I'm thinking, if I'm in Derrick James' mind, is do you have it in you? Yeah, you had the potential to make this 10 times over, so that'll be easy for you to sneeze this money at me.
Mm.
But is you gonna really train like I want you to train and live the lifestyle I need you to live? Don't say you did one thing and then next thing you know, you sneaking out with your boys and you're doing this and you're doing that, and that's
Well, I might have to not interrupt you, man, but King, I might have to disagree with that because I don't know. I mean, who could Spence fight right now after the ass whooping he got? Who could he fight right now that's going to get him a $20 to $25 million payday? Because previous to this, I mean,
Right.
it was rumored his
Wait,
highest
wait,
payday was
Justin.
8 million. Yeah,
Justin, there is
yeah,
one person people will still fall for, and that's Keith Thurman.
yeah. Well, they could fall for Keith Thurman, but it ain't going to be a $20 to $25 million payday for Keith Thurman.
no,
Nah.
but he probably can't get it all in one fight. But I still beg to differ. There's a couple of fights he could get out there and generate that. Spence only got one loss. It's a bad loss, but he only got one loss.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
only one. Correct.
and so people gonna have short memory and say, okay, it was a bad night. We willing to see what you do now. Now, but I would suggest he go look real impressive in the tune-up. If
No,
they
I'm not gonna lie. I still pay for a Keith Thurman fight with Earl. I'll pay for that.
I would pay for
I
that
just
too.
want them to just get it over with. It's been way
It's a
too
grudge
long.
match. It's a grudge match. Sometimes those grudge matches they are the biggest selling fights or real good selling fights. Like sometimes those grudge matches are. I would pay for that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would like to see it be a contingency on it with the elimination match. With the winner of that fight gets who?
Right. Right.
Mm.
That I like to
Yeah.
see that to make it a little bit more intriguing. Y'all really okay? Yeah, y'all fighting for what happened in the past, and to me, Thurman was wrong because that's when I was really on the Spence bandwagon because I just knew back then, man, Spence gonna wash you. He gonna wash you. And because if he was living that lifestyle, it definitely wasn't showing in the ring until later on. But Thurman ducked him. That I don't care what people say. He ducked him. He talking about I was just trying to build a fight. Nah, dude, you clearly ducked this cat. You know what I'm saying? And but now, yeah, it could be a grudge match, but still, it got to be a contingency once they get it on and the outcome. Whoever that new opponent is, it could be Crawford. It could be whoever. Somebody with a
Crawford's about
title.
to go for 2 belts, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be Crawford, but it's gonna be what was interesting to me with the times is that it's gonna be interesting to see where the PBC paychecks where
Mm.
they're going to be at, right? And I don't like speaking about other people's money, but
Right, right,
this is out there and it's purses and boxing. Like where are these paychecks going to be at? Because prior to their deal with Amazon,
mm.
like and Spence was only making 1.5, 2 mil a fight guaranteed with a cutter pay-per-view. And we were talking about this the other day, credit, right? A cutter pay-per-view sells
Right.
That's the model. Is like you have to have a minimum pay-per-view sales to be able to make that pay-per-view money. So when he fought Bud, I mean, for all intents and purposes, that could have been a 10x from the most he's ever made in his career. And I just don't see anybody out there in that whole PBC realm that will be a big as draw as that Bud fight is, that would allow him to make that 15, 20 million. So when it comes back to Derrick James, you got to get that. You got to get that money for the 5 million. If that's true, got to get that 5 million for that fight. And I'll be asking for upfront.
Facts. I got 2 fights in my head right now. I'm not saying it's going to get him that Bud type money, but it'll get him close to it. And that's Thurman and his buddy Charlo. Those 2 fights can get him close to it, but not exactly the Bud money.
I mean, the boxing aficionados like me, you, Justin, and
I'll
all
pay
that.
for him and Charlo. You won't pay for him and
Right,
Charlo?
but no, like I said, we will, because we follow the sport. When you're talking about that kind of money, you're going outside the realm of the casual boxer. You're going outside that. You know what I'm saying? You grabbing an audience that probably only watch boxing once every 3, 4, 5 years type shit. So
you might have to put him against Jake Paul to make that kind of money.
Yo,
right, there you go. There you go.
Oh,
No,
Let him
but
ramp
you're
up
right.
Jake
You're
Paul
right.
a little bit.
Yeah, something where he done grabbed an audience that's beyond boxing. They know he
Right.
boxed, but they like him for other reasons and all that. But that's
Right.
key right there. That could be something right there.
Yeah.
If he's trying to square financial discrepancies with Derrick James, hey man, look, you get the revenue from this fight, and then let's get back to square one.
Right.
But I haven't been hearing Derrick James really in the uproar about their financial discrepancies.
yeah, I haven't heard nothing from either guy yet. Well, only Earl talking about he got to find a different home. But guys, I got to get off though. I got to take care of something.
All right.
I'm gonna try to get back on later.
All right, yeah, I saw. Yeah, finally, you popped up on my thing, said you was live, but you was already 40 minutes in. I said, "Oh
Yeah,
man, I ain't jumped on in a minute. Come
I
say what's
appreciate
up."
you though, King.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate being appreciated.
All right, Justin.
All right,
All
y'all.
right. Later, Easy Rob. Good talking to you, King.
All right, good talking to you, Justice. Stay easy.